Hey guys, Mike here. So I am actually at my home base in Chicago for the holidays, and I've been mentioning that I would do a video tour of the inside of my RV. Along with that, I'm also going to show some things that had to be fixed or modified or added to basically make it comfortable for me. This is a 1998 Coachmen Starflyte 210, and it's built on the Ford chassis E350. When I purchased it, it had 28,000 miles on it. It now has 31,500 roughly on it. Yeah, so I will show you around and show you some of the things I had to fix, some of the things I had to change. Before I do that though, I just want to say, if any of you are out looking at older RVs with extremely low miles, be prepared. Because what happens is, for example, in one of my past videos, I believe I mentioned that I had a problem with a brake caliper that had kind of seized up and was dragging. After being parked and cooling off, it started working okay again. I finished my trip, got home, jacked up the front end the other day, and the pistons and the calipers were basically very rusty. The dust boots, which are made out of rubber, had actually deteriorated to the point that if you touched them, they turned to powder. So I had to replace the calipers, the brake pads, and that on the front. I did check the back. The back was fine. So there are little things like that you're going to run into. I highly recommend that you, if you can't do it yourself, brakes, number one, most important, and tires. Anything that sits for a long time, it's almost as bad as it being in extremely high miles. So in my opinion, not being used is just as bad as overuse or abuse. So starting out with the front of the vehicle, it is just a basic Ford van. The only modifications that I did to this front area was taking out the stock AM/FM cassette and putting in an aftermarket radio with Bluetooth. The backup camera, which came with the vehicle, is adequate. Not sure if the installation was not done right or what, but it is a Wi-Fi camera and monitor. Gets the job done. Other than that, it's just your standard Ford van. Going up to the top, originally had the old CRT TV, which what I did was, it was already gone. I simply mounted a board up here and mounted a 24-inch Samsung LED TV. Quite a bit of storage up in here. Not sure how well you can see that. I have a spare inverter there. This also goes all the way to the front, mostly my tools. I installed a 300 watt inverter here for the TV and for the Blu-ray player. All the rest of this is pretty much stock as it was. Coming around to the right, there's an old AM/FM cassette player. I'm probably going to pull this out and put something else here. It works, but it's old. You got the typical curtains that pull around the front. Storage in the back of the seats. And down here, there's a cubby that I am not too sure what it was for. It looks like it was for a smaller table would store here. What I simply did was took the typical plastic Walmart drawers with some bungee cords. I also double face taped a basket up here to hold like my TV remote and things that I need to get to electronic wise all the time. Up here there was, and it was still there, the old Jensen VHS player, which I have an LG Smart Blu-ray player in there. There's more storage up here. Some specs on the vehicle. This is all oak. It's kind of funny. Coachmen, some of the stuff is real nice oak. Some of it is that paper wrapped. It's probably particle board. I wouldn't doubt it. Then we have the fire extinguisher, entry door. Clock was already there. This board here with the carpet on it can actually be put down here to give you a little extra floor space. Battery disconnect. Porch lights and interior lights. And again, this was a piece that I picked up at the thrift store just to house other stuff. So then we come around, we got the typical Dometic microwave. This is actually for clothes storage, which I am not really using it for that. I have some tools and some other stuff in here. That ladder is an awesome ladder. I picked that up on Amazon. It actually fits in here. Pull out drawer for a little bit of storage. Heater. Which brings you around to what would be the bathroom area. So we got a light up here which has two settings. One light or both lights that's probably blinding the camera. Medicine chest with a mirror on the outside, mirror on the inside. You know, basic small storage. Paper towel rack, I moved this over here. The previous owner had it mounted over the cooktop, which I just did not think was a good idea. This I'm going to eventually replace. Thermostat. It works though. Toothbrush. Hanger that I added, also from Amazon. Typical bathroom sink. Got an outlet here. Storage underneath. This carpeted piece down here, actually, that's where the edge of the wheel well sticks out. This is a piece from the material from my solar panels when I ordered them, which I actually cut that to fit one of the window in the back just as extra insulation. Towel bar. And this is a wet bath. You get your typical toilet shower combination. Actually works quite well. I'm a small guy. I'm only 5'6", like 150 pounds. I fit in small spaces. Kind of nice for RVing. You got the typical bathroom vent fan, which also has a light. Coming around to the back, got a table here, which can go either here or up in the front, which I use it up in front. I consider this permanent sleeping area back here. Magazine rack. Lots of upper storage. Very happy with that. I have not had an issue with space. The way this is designed, you would unlatch that, and this would pull out and make a double bed with the factory cushions, which are horrible. I don't know how anybody could sleep on any of these factory cushions. What I basically did is I went and ordered a memory foam mattress, twin mattress off of Amazon, cut about 5 inches off of it, and it stays like that. So that is permanent. I did add an 1100 watt inverter and a second battery, which I'll go over that on another video for the outside. I basically just ran a cord up, runs around, and goes right there. With the 2 batteries I have, this coffee pot, I can actually run that off the inverter, off of the 2 batteries. I believe the batteries I have are 125 amp hour batteries, which I have 2 of them. This also comes with a remote, so I can actually turn the inverter on from right here, turn it off. That's kind of nice. One issue I did have when I first bought it was the shower faucet was leaking really bad. The seals inside of it were rotted, dry rotted. Got that off of Amazon. It was super cheap. There's an access panel in this wall behind this table to get to the back of it. Real easy to change. So you got your escape window here. You got your typical, you know, daytime, let the light in, or you pull the second half down and then it's darkens. Couple 6x9 speakers which are hooked to that up there. Like I said, the coffee pot works. Pretty much everything works. The furnace, the generator. Oh, also, sorry I missed this. So we've also got the built-in carbon monoxide detector, built-in propane detector, and then the Onan generator, which can be started and stopped here. It had 14 hours on it when I bought it, and you can see I've only put 2 hours on it. My solar has been working really well. I'm happy with it. Fresh water tank is under here. Hot water heater is over here underneath of this section. Get over here to the kitchen. The original faucet, same thing, leaked really bad. I just replaced that with a bar type faucet. I think I picked it up either Home Depot or Lowe's or Menards. I don't remember right now. Cutting board, all typical. Got the Atwood cooktop. Which, it's like new, works perfect. I've used it several times. Your typical range hood, not vented outside. That's one thing I don't like. It is not vented outside. I am winterized right now. That's why everything shows so low. Hood light, water pump, hood fan, which is extremely loud, needs to be replaced. Hot water heater, another outlet. There was just a cigarette lighter adapter here, and what I did is I picked this up also off of Amazon. I replaced it with this. So I've got 2 USB outputs, tells me my battery voltage. I do have all the lights on right now. Typical drawers, got a couple drawers. That one's short because of the sink, silverware, and then another storage area down under here, which goes all the way back. Typical Dometic fridge, small guy. Again, works perfect. Works on 12 volts, works on gas, works on electric. Freezer's kind of small, but this all works for me. It is just me that travels in here. Again, more storage. And here we have another, this is what I use for my normal sitting area.
Low power.
This is made to pull out, so you would disconnect, open this. This is made to pull all the way out and make another like twin bed. I don't use it that way. One issue that I did change, the under piece here, when you would sit here, this would squish down and this would dig into your legs. So I actually built this up a little bit. I don't know if you can see that, but right here with some 1x, and took care of that problem. Here we have the, if I can get it open, the electrical center. Again, everything works as it should. Haven't had any issues. And another drawer which I keep just spare stuff in. Have some spare parts for the hot water heater, things that I feel that you should have. Then my solar, I actually brought that in over on this side of the vehicle. 200 watts that I installed. Works very well. And then I've got the typical, I believe this is a Fantastic fan, just the older style. It is. It says Fantastic Vent Company right on it. But this is just the 3-speed. It's not reversible. You know, manual open close. Doesn't have the rain guard or anything. And again, this is just a piece of packing material that I cut to fit up in there. It does have ducted air conditioning. And it's the dual therm, so it does run in reverse to give some heat. Depending on how you set the thermostat, it will just circulate the heat from the furnace also. I did add a second smoke and carbon monoxide detector. Could never be too safe. So yeah, that's about it. Like I said, I did have some issues. But I've got them all taken care of pretty much. So, trying to think if there's anything else. There's also storage. That step comes out, and there is storage under there also. So yeah, the next video, I'll do a video of the outside and the compartments and whatnot. I hope you enjoy. There's a quick tour of the inside of my Starflyte. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I hope you're having good holidays with your families. And I plan to be back on the road right after Christmas, and gonna head out west where it's warm.